It's easy to make a bunch of stars, and we have a good handful in all. So it's time to create something that's really great, a 3D bead starball. Here's a tutorial just for you, so let me be your guide and show you how to make this three-dimensional shape with 12 sides. And hopefully this will fulfill your creative needs. Feel free to give this video a like and enjoy this episode of TurboBeads. Here's the list of everything you need to make the 3D bead starball. The first thing we will need to do is to take 3 feet of string and add 10 beads to the string, moving those beads toward one end of the string and tying both ends of string together with a square knot, forcing the beads in the shape of a pentagon. This will give us one short end of string and one long end of string to use. What we are doing is creating a candy star. If you're still new to creating candy stars, here's a quick rundown of how to create one. When your knot is tied and you have the beads locked in the shape of a pentagon, be sure to run the long end of string back through the closest point of the pentagon. We will add beads to the long end of the string and run the string through each point of the pentagon, adding 3 beads in between each point. Now that we have the 3 beads on the string, you're going to run that string through the next point of the pentagon. When you pull the string all the way through, the 3 beads will create a point of the star. Continue repeating these same steps to create the points of the star by adding 3 beads to the string, running that string to the next point of the pentagon, pulling the string all the way through, locking the 3 beads in formation. You'll do this all the way around the pentagon until you have the shape of the star. Once you finish the 5th point of the star, I would recommend reinforcing the star. You can run the string with this path in the same direction through all of the beads that create the outline of the star. This will make the star more firm and solid. Once you have reinforced the star with the string and both ends of string are coming out of the same bead, you will tie both ends of string together with a square knot, locking all of those beads in place. After your knot is tied, you'll carefully cut off the tied loose ends of string and you've successfully created a candy star. Now that we know how to create a candy star that's solid and firm, you will need to create a total of 12 candy stars in order to make the starball. As you can see, I've created 12 stars of different colors for my starball. Of course, using the same bead sizes to ensure that every star is equal. Let me know in the comments below what colors you decide to use. Let's go ahead and start out with our first 2 stars. What we will do is use about 5 inches of string, or whatever you feel comfortable with, and tie the string at each point of the star. Watch closely as I run the string through each of these points of the stars. This will give you a pretty good idea on how to tie them together. When you have the string through each point, you'll tie both ends of string together with a square knot that's nice and tight, ensuring that everything stays together. Feel free to tie the string as many times as necessary. Remember, you want to ensure that each star will stay connected. When your knots are all tied and secure, be sure to carefully cut off the tied loose ends of string. With the stars connected at the top points, we will connect the bottom points as well. Again, with 5 inches of string and running that string through these 2 points, tying the string together with a square knot. Remember to tie your knots nice and tight as many times as needed to ensure that everything stays together. Carefully cut off the tied loose ends of string, and now we are ready to connect the next star using the same steps as we did before. We will connect the points of the star with the string tied at the top and the bottom points of the star as well. As you can see, I'm using about 5 inches of string and tying the knots that are tight and secure at both points. Again, cutting the tied loose ends of string, and now using more string to connect the bottom half of the star. Remember, you can use as much string as necessary to ensure your knots stay together. Let's cut off the tied loose ends of string and now attach the next star with the others, using the string and tying the knots to the points as shown before. Just as a quick reminder, be sure your knots are tied nice and tight. Tie the knots at both points and cutting off the loose ends of string. With the top points connected, let's go ahead and connect the bottom points as well. Once again, using some string to tie the points together with a square knot, ensuring it's secure, and cutting off the loose ends of string. Now we can attach the 5th star with the others, the same way we connected the previous stars, by running the string through the 2 points, tying the string with a square knot, cutting off the loose ends, with the top half attached using the string to attach the bottom half as well. Remember, tie those knots, and carefully cut off those tied loose ends. Now that we have the 5 stars attached, this is what it should look like. From this point, we will connect the first and 5th star together with string at the usual points. Yes, that's the top and bottom points. Let's tie the string with knots that are tied solid and secure, of course ensuring everything stays together, cutting off the extra ends of string, and again using more string to attach the bottom half as well. Tie your knots and carefully cut off that extra ends of string. From this point, this is exactly how everything should look so far, with the 5 stars creating the foundation to build on. Now we are ready to attach the next star with the others, but this will be a little bit different. We'll use about 5 inches of string and attach the string to these points. Watch closely as I guide the string and show you what beads to run the string through. As you can see, I'm running the string through 3 points, with the string going through the point of the unattached star and the 2 ends of string going through the 2 points to the top. Once you have the string through these 3 points, you'll tie both ends of string together with a square knot to keep the star attached. When your knot is tied, as we've done before, cut off the extra string. Now that we have this star attached, we will need to use some more string and attach these 2 points of the star to keep it all locked in place. Again, watch closely as I guide and run the string to these points. At this point, this should feel pretty familiar. As you already know, we'll tie the string with a square knot with a knot that's tied nice and secure and cut off the loose ends of string. As we've done before, we will use some more string and tie the 2 points together. Again, here's another visual reference showing you what beads to run the string through. Tie the knot and cut off the tied loose ends of string. With the star attached and locked into place, we are now ready to attach the next star with the others. Let's take your string and run it through one point of the unattached star. Then, running the 2 ends of string through these 2 points, with a single string going through each. Watch closely and you can see that I'm running the string through the top of these bead points. When you get that string through those points, don't forget, we'll tie both ends of string together with a square knot, tied nice and tight, and cutting off the loose ends. With the orange star now attached, we need to use some more string and tie the next point together, which will be these 3 points here. Watch closely and you will be able to see the 3 points I'm running the string through. Be sure to take your time and ensure that the string is going through all 3 beads. Once you have the string through all 3 of these beads, you will tie the string together with a square knot, ensuring that the points stay together. Remember, you can tie the string as many times as you feel is necessary. Just be sure to keep it tight, and again, cut off the extra string. Now that these points are attached and tied together, we have 2 more additional points to attach to the star. Using some additional string, tying the points together, and cutting the loose ends of string. Be sure to tie and attach every point of the star to keep the star securely locked in place. Always remembering to keep it clean and cut off the extra ends of string. Let's go ahead and get the next star ready to be attached to the others. This yellow star will need to be attached by 4 different points. As you can see, I'm pointing out each spot where the string should be tied and attached to, which should be pretty easy and familiar. Just as a reminder, you will use about 5 inches of string and tie the string together at each point, just as we've done with previous stars. Once again, showing you another visual reference of where to start, starting with the first point of the unattached star, running the string through each point through the top, tying the string tightly with a secured knot, and cutting off the loose ends of string. With the yellow star attached, we have the next point to tie together, which is these 3 beads here. Tie the string together with a knot that's tied nice and tight, cut off the loose ends, leaving us with 2 more points to tie with the star. As you can see, I'm attaching the remaining points for this part of the star. Again, using 5 inches of string, running the string to the connecting points, tying the string with square knots, and cutting off the loose ends of string. Now that the yellow star is locked in, we can now attach the green star. Let's go over this again. We will attach the star at these 4 points that I am showing you now. Using a little bit of string, run it through one point of the star and running each end of string through the 2 bead points to the top so that you can tie and attach the star with the others. Tie the string with a square knot and cut off the loose ends. With the green star attached, we now have the 3 remaining points to tie together in order to lock the green star in place. Using a little bit of string, let's go ahead and tie these points together, cutting off the tied loose ends of string, and being sure that we tie all 4 points of the star together as well, like we've done before, tying the string with a square knot nice and tight and cutting off the loose ends. As you can see, everything is coming together pretty nicely. Now we are ready to add the next star. By now, you should know how to attach the points. For this part of the star ball, we will tie the star to 5 points, as you can see here. Remember to use the same techniques when attaching the star to the others. As you can see, just like before, starting with the points of 3, tying the string with a square knot to attach the star, and cutting off the loose ends. By now, you should be able to know which points need to be tied and attached. Since we've reached this point and have tied this many stars together, hopefully you've mastered tying the string and have found some sort of rhythm or pattern that makes things easier for you. Let me know if you found a technique that makes things easier for you. Just as a reminder, remember to take your time, check and make sure you tie each point of the star together to ensure it stays locked in. Now that we have the sides of the star ball finished, all that is remaining is the top and bottom. Again, we will use the same techniques as we've used before. This star will be attached at 5 points, as you can see here, which I am pointing out. Just as a heads up, when attaching the star to the 5 points, the string will be tied to 3 points on all 5 knots. With this visual reference, you should be able to see, attaching the star with the others should be just as simple as the previous stars. As we attach each point to the star, it will become more solid, locking into place. With the string, we are tying square knots to each point that are tied nice and tight, ensuring everything is solid and secure, cutting off any extra string, keeping the star ball or dodecahedron looking clean. Once again, here are the remaining points to tie off. As I said before, be sure to take your time, ensure you tie off every point so that your project can turn out the way it should. As you can see, I'm tying off the remaining points of the star, of course using square knots that I feel are tight and secure. Don't forget to carefully cut off the tied loose ends of string to keep the project looking clean. With this purple star all locked in place, it should be looking like this. Now all that is remaining is to attach the final star with the other stars to complete the star ball. Just like we did before, this final star will be tied and attached to 5 different points, shown here. Of course, we've done this before using the same techniques we've used before with the other stars. Running the string through 3 bead points, tying the string nice and tight, and cutting off the tied loose ends of string. As I've said before, take your time to ensure that we tie together all 5 points around the star, using as much as string as you feel is necessary, tying with square knots nice and tight that are solid and secure, keeping the star locked in place, and as usual, cutting off the extra ends of string to keep the project looking clean. Once you've tied the final point of the star and have carefully cut off the tied loose ends of string, then your 3D bead star ball is now complete. And there you have it, another fine 3D bead design that was easy to make. Hopefully this tutorial was helpful and you can create one just as great. If there's anything you'd like to add, requests or suggestions, feel free to leave a comment below. And if you are new, or you just haven't already, don't forget you can always subscribe if you want to be notified for more bead tutorials just like this one. Hoping to see you in the next one and fulfill your creative needs. Until next time, thanks for watching TurboBeads.